Hello, true believers. It is time for another Laura in a Minute. And this particular episode is important because we are embarking on a new project, or at least a new phase of a project. And that is, we are going to read along with On the Way Home. Now, I'm not actually going to record them on here, but if you are unaware, On the Way Home was a Little House book that came out in 1962. The standard Garth Williams edition came out late 53, so it really was where the book entered. This was like the first book other than the series that was really put out by Harper's. And what it is, Rose found her mother's diary from their trip. It was one of those small diaries where you write little blurbs for each day. And Rose wrote an introduction based on her memories of the day and sets up why and where they're going. And then at the end kind of gives a little extra, and this is how it worked out. It also includes historic photos, which nobody had ever seen before, and it really made a big hit. It is not considered part of the series because it is clearly a diary and for adults. I will point out something that I did not know for a long time, and that is it isn't all here. Rose actually edited this. She made some changes. For example, in real life, the Coolies were going down to Mansfield, and Laura and Manly talked it over with them and decided they could go along. In the book, it reads like Laura and Manly were going and the Coolies came along. It's a different perspective, and there are changes like that in this book, so don't think this is exactly what Laura wrote. Now, what we are going to do in terms of reading along is every day, starting July 17th, we're going to do a post. I'm going to do it on Twitter and I'm going to do it on Facebook with responses to what I've read for that day. My online friend, Gettysburg Ma'am, does this for the Battle of Gettysburg every year, and it's always great. I did this in 2018, and I enjoyed it, but I've got more stuff now, so I'm going to be trying a little harder to add some unique stuff, which is why I'm doing this video. Now, day one, you actually have a little homework, and that is Grandpa's Fiddle. Now, this is in the Little House Sampler by William Anderson. There's different versions of it. In the book version with this cover, it starts on page 59. And it is kind of a long story. There are, though, lots of pictures and things. So it isn't all that text. What that is a short story Rose wrote about that last night before the family left De Smet to go to Mansfield. The last night in De Smet was spent in the Ingalls house on 3rd Street. Now, she had embroidered it a little bit to make it a story. She wasn't going to say it was her family. She changed some character names, did a couple other sleight of hand typical fictionization things, and when Bill Anderson published it, he changed it back to being more like the Ingalls family. He changed character names, did a little editing. You know, nothing that Rose would think was anything unusual. So this is the story of their last night. Now, how much of it is historically accurate? But I think this is at least what felt to Rose like what happened, and I think it's worth a read to get started. Now, then we're going to turn to On the Way Home, and we're going to start out in De Smet, South Dakota. Laura and Manly and Rose left from their little house that they'd been living in De Smet while they saved up money for a new, fresh start. And we are going to head out and read it, one entry a day. And I'm going to share reactions, I'm going to share some history stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. I am going to put links down below in the description after I'm all done so I can send the links on. The last time I did this, I tried to thread the day's comments, and when I tried to go back later and paste them in the blog post, that did not work well. So I'm going to just do them as one post at a time, and we'll see how this goes. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you read along with me. And remember to brighten the corner where you are, and we will see you next time on Trundlebed Tales. Remember to tell somebody else to watch this video.